Hello everybody. This video is going to show you how to write linear equations given certain information. So let's start with given the slope and the y-intercept. Alright, so here we're given the slope, which is 2, and we're given the y-intercept, which is 5. So since we're given this information, we can put it in slope-intercept form, which is y is equal to mx plus b. So all we have to do is plug in our m and our b, y-intercept. So we'll get y is equal to 2, because that's our slope, x plus 5. And we're done. Next we're going to write an equation given a slope and a point on the line. So this point isn't necessarily the y-intercept. So here we have that the slope is 5 and it passes through the coordinate 3, 5. So let's just remember that the first is our x and the second one is our y. Not our y-intercept, but just a y-coordinate. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug these values back into our slope-intercept form, which says that y is equal to mx plus b. Okay, so we're going to use a coordinate and plug them in. So the y value is 5. So we're going to say 5 is equal to, our m is also 5, and we're plugging that in for our m. Our x value is 3. So instead of multiplying the 5 times x, we're now multiplying it times 3. We're just plugging things in. And our b, we don't know. So the whole point of us doing this step is to find out what the y-intercept is. Because once we have the slope and the y-intercept, we can just do what we did for the last type of problem. So when we do that, we get 5 is equal to 15 plus b. And the last thing to do to get b by itself is to subtract 15 from both sides. So you get negative 10 is equal to b. Now we cannot stop here. That's just b. And we have to actually write the equation. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to say y is equal to, we already know that our m is 5. X, and our b now is negative 10. So all we did was plug in the necessary information for the slope-intercept form. And now we have y is equal to 5x minus 10. So we already had the 5, which is what we need, which is our slope. All we had to find out now was our y-intercept, which we know is negative 10. It's very important to mention the sign. All right, the next type of information that we're going to be dealing with is writing a linear equation given 2 points. So this time, we don't know the slope, and this time we don't know what the y-intercept is. So we're going to have to find out what our slope is first, because we can actually find that out. Yep, there we go. All right, so we have these 2 points, and we're going to find the slope, and let's just write down the slope formula. So slope is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So it's our vertical displacement divided by our horizontal. Okay, so let's go ahead and label x1, y1, x2, y2. So all we have to do now is plug in the corresponding numbers into our formula. So m is equal to y2, which is 3, minus y1, which is 0, divided by x2, which is 5, minus x1, which is 3. So that gives you 3 over 2. So our slope is 3 over 2. Now that we have that information, we can use the steps that we've used before to find out what our y-intercept is. So we know that slope-intercept form is y is equal to mx plus b. So what we can do is we can choose one of these coordinates. I'll choose the first one. And we're going to plug the x and y values along with our newfound slope to find out what the b is. So y is 0. M is 3/2. X is 3. And B we don't know. So again, we're using this coordinate right here, the X and the Y value. Or you could have used the 5 and the 3, but you have to stick with one coordinate. So once we do that, we get that 0 is equal to 9/2 plus B. Okay? So I'm going to rewrite that. 0 is equal to 9/2 plus B. And remember, we're trying to solve for B. So I'm going to subtract 9/2 from both sides. So that gives me negative 9/2 is equal to B. You also could use 4.5. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing. So now that we have our B and we have our slope, we can go ahead and put it into y equals mx plus b form. So y is just y. M is 3/2. X is just x. And minus 9/2. Just putting in our y-intercept. All right. So that's the end for this video.